Hey Dylan, thanks for taking my call.
Hey Dylan, big fan of the show.
Huge fan of the show, love what you're doing.
Such a big fan of the show. I'm so glad to have a minute of your time.
Hi, Dylan. It's Gavin.
Dude, Dylan.
Look, I cannot help you. I'm sorry. It's not hard to understand, okay? So here's my thought. You would be crazy to think that. We're in. There's Mike. There's Dill. And Mike. Here I am.
What's going on, sir?
What's going on, dude? Welcome to the Dylanberry Network. This is Hey Dylan, number 26. Mike, did you ever think that I'd get to 26 episodes of Hey Dylan? I started off, and I remember, not to cut you off, but I just did. I remember that I did a really dinky like voicemail thing where I had people do fake voicemails, and that's where I got the intro. But I remember, and it's one of my favorite photos of all time, you and I think Ferg and Cody and Richie were on the light rail in the Mill Avenue, and you all had your phones up to your ears because the DBN had went live, and it was like, wait, what? This guy's got a podcast?
Who would have thought? Who would have thought, man?
That was 4 years ago.
It's been a while, man. We had in all the sound bites. I'm on the intro. You know, I'm a lifelong fan here.
Dude,
if anything, I'm surprised it took you this long to get to 26?
26, man. Not including biopics, not including,
not including biopics?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, all right. Because I feel like biopics, you got quite a few of those.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm probably up in the getting towards 50. But Mike DeConnie, good to have you on the DBN. Of course, we got business to attend to because Stranger Things season 4, volume 2 came out. And we were hammered, so we didn't watch it.
We tried.
Yeah, but we finally got to watch it. A few days later, we hit Tuesday. We both got home separately and watched Stranger Things. It's out. Real quick, what did you think of the lead up of season 4? The first 6 episodes or whatever.
Part one.
Just part one. I'm gonna move this part to the front of the episode because Mike, you and I just talked about Stranger Things for about 50 minutes and we didn't tell people that spoilers. But I feel like spoilers is kind of dumb because it's like
I just assumed it was
who would watch this not having seen it? Who would be like, oh my gosh, I want to hear these guys just explain away the show so I don't have to watch it. Right. Well, maybe there might be, but like that is
who knows?
Insane.
Yeah, I don't know, but whatever you title this, like I gotta assume it's gonna say something about Stranger Things finale.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
so
thumbnail.
Yeah, thumbnail.
Yeah, like as you let up, what energy were you bringing in to volume 2?
So I thought part one was great, man. I guess you would call. I mean, it's not really a mid-season finale, but the part 1 finale, the reveal there of Henry, I thought was so well executed. And I actually, when I got back Tuesday, just to get that hype factor back in, we went back and we started 2 episodes back.
Ooh, I like that.
Yes, we had like 5 hours of content that day.
Dude, it was a lot, even if you just.
It was a lot. Yeah, it was a lot to take in. But that way, you ended on episode, I think it's 6, right?
Right.
Got the, got the big reveal again. So I had that. We're like, oh shoot, Henry number 1 versus number 11. To which I feel like the number 1 reveal could have been seen coming, but just the whole of Henry actually being back then one, I was like, wow. Like, so I love part 1. I immediately would have jumped it up there to my second favorite season just because I can't knock off season 1. It's just too hard to do. But what a finale, man. Total of 8 episodes this season, right?
Yeah. It was. We just watched 7, 8, I believe. Yeah.
So I watched 5, 6, let it ride, took a break, and jumped right into 7, 8. Which was like, I mean, what is it? 8, 2 hours. 7 was like an hour.
It was 2.5. But there's like a lot of time in credits there. But like, what's funny is it's like that was a lot, but they packed so much into it. Like, it didn't feel like they had wasted any of that 2.5 hours.
100%.
Especially the second episode. They definitely were like, I was so nervous about them landing this plane because the lead up to me was pretty freaking flawless. Yeah, like I'm with you. Season 1 is just, it's what it was. It's the original. It was perfect. It was a moment. and 2 and 3, both solid, great seasons. But season 4 felt like a return to form. We talked about it last time. And
absolutely.
It made me nervous, but ultimately, I think it was phenomenal. I loved it.
Yeah.
We hit the like emotional beats. Everyone got into their peril. Everyone got a moment kind of emotionally to express one thing or another to another character. And then just the ultimate battle scene, the sacrifice, the death, like the near deaths, the forgotten deaths. What were your thoughts?
Bro, and they wrapped up so many loose ends too at the end. Like it felt like you kind of reached the climax, maybe like, hour and a half in, and there's still like 45 minutes of just like, oh, we gotta still reunite these folks. We gotta get, all the crew back together, and you end all the way up with Hopper coming in. Hey kid, you get all those folks back in the gang, looking off on Hawkins, the Upside Down coming in, and it was like, you definitely hit that moment where it was like, hey, we had our big running up that hill remix, Nancy going up with the shotgun. You're like, oh shoot, this
Sarah
is it.
Connor.
We've been running up that hill this whole season. We finally got there.
Yeah.
And you had to kind of jog the rest of the way, which I thought was all needed, all great wrap ups. I mean, you had a great scene. You had to say goodbye to Eddie.
Yeah, had to.
That's a tough one.
I think the theme is officially, other than Barb, because we didn't get much time with Barb, is you kill the best character of the season. You Bob Newton, kill him. Hey, Billy, kill him.
Dude, Billy, best character in season 3, he's gone.
Hey.
Season 4, bringing a great new one, Eddie, gone.
Come on.
I was a little worried about our Russian friend.
Right.
What's his name? I can't remember, but I like that actor a lot. I thought he was going to get killed in the final battle, but
yeah, I love that the we can call them the pizza crew. I love that they got like a really good ending, because man, everyone agreed that was a weak spot, or just a kind of like what the heck, like what's this group doing? Like we just got two stoners.
They had nothing to do the whole season. Like let's be honest, they kind of just took those guys out of the season a little bit.
And then
the section of 11.
Yeah,
but I don't know.
It was like the just the pizza scene in general, like everything that happened in that restaurant, from building 11's bath again, just from whatever we can find, and then the Will and Jonathan moment in the kitchen. Like, to me, they're not being too overly loud about it, but I kind of do want them to define what's going on here with old Will Byers. We can all assume, and they're laying it on soft
at this point, but
that his sexuality is at play. But it was just a good brother to brother moment, like especially after the car ride scene, which I thought was really well done. And I even leaned over to McCall and I was like, McCall, he's not talking about 11. He's talking about himself. I think because of Jonathan looking back at him.
Yeah, right. You got his brother looking back like, hey, figure it out, Mike. Who seems to be sitting there like, yeah, I will be back with 11, or whatever. He doesn't seem to make the connection still, which you don't know if that's him just trying to avoid the topic or what.
Yeah. And it's just Mike. Mike's an idiot, but but Mike gets his moment. He gets his "I love you" moment with Elle, which is like, you kind of forgot that happened a little bit.
Totally forgot about that.
Like, oh yeah, they were at the bowling alley. Oh yeah, she clocked a girl in the face. Oh yeah, wait, what the hell? What happened at the beginning of the season?
Like 10 hours ago.
But yeah, just him, just kind of having a moment, and all those dudes, like the pizza stuff, like, is decent comic relief. But I was glad that they had an up, but one person like Steve, like there was a lot of hype going on Steve coming into this finale, and I'm not gonna lie, he did not live up, which is okay, and maybe they had other choices for him. But ultimately, like, you're left like going, what with Steve, because he pours out his heart to Nancy, and it seems as like, I don't know, it's like it fizzled out. It's like they're like, oh shoot, we forgot to like finish writing that, or I don't know. I was a little unsatisfied. I mean, he was badass, of course, when it was time to be badass, but I don't know. How do you feel about Steve?
I was a big fan of the fact that we brought him up to top tier Steve again, because definitely season 3, boy, did that guy take a hit. Which it's tough when you got a guy like Billy on the screen. That's his alpha. Which when you take out Billy, we got room for Steve to come back in, and he came back in strong this season. But yeah, I really don't know what they're going for with that Nancy situation, man, because so he wins season 1, right? You let them kind of break up season 2, to which season 2 and 3, Nancy's like totally different, right? At first she was the prude, totally different. Season 2, season 3, Nancy, and now like we had the whole I want to pop out kids, and everyone's like, hey, go get her back. Even Jonathan on the other side is like, yeah, I don't know, like they're clearly lying to her about college admission and whatnot. And then you just got to the end, it was like, well, we're cool, right? And I was like, I'm not sure if maybe this season is just, let's put this out there, see how the fans react, and that'll tell us what we'll do next season with them, who we want them to end up with. But I mean, it's hard to root for Jonathan this year because in the beginning, right, he was getting bullied, and you're like, oh, dude, like, but he's the nice kid, he's the photographer, whatever. Whereas now is like he's legit just a stoner across the world lying to his girlfriend. Whereas Steve is taking care of the kids, saving the world. Confessing his love and being, this emotional guy and whatnot. So clearly they wanted you to root for Steve, I feel like. So I just got to assume, I don't know how they'll do it because I don't think you can really do much of a time skip for next season. You got to kind of pick up right where you're off.
Yeah, and I mean the when you bring up Nancy, like Nancy was someone who had a really strong season as well, and her and Steve were just there the whole time. Like Nancy was having her moments at the asylum even, and then with the freaking shot, like Nancy Wheeler's the one with a shotgun. Like, dude, that's badass, and like just solving all these things and cutting through the gates and whatnot. Like Nancy had a strong season, a strong standout. We got more great stuff from Robin. Like I think a lot of people could say that Robin went up in their book, however they felt about him in season 3 about Robin. Feel better now, but
yeah, definitely, totally a fun character to have in there. She kind of adds a little interesting dynamic, helping push those two together. Yeah. You definitely had some good scenes with her, which you were kind of happy at the end there to see her go and volunteer at the food shelter, whatever. You turn around, it's like, oh, and you got that little awkward exchange where those two characters just kind of played off each other real quick.
Yeah. And I was gushing about last episode, but like Max for me was like the MVP, of course. But I mean, Max got the best scenes too. So dude, it was like but I don't know that like Dustin could have pulled off what Sadie Sink did. You know what I mean? Like, even Millie Bobby Brown, like you felt like she was all the way from episode 1 when she's like looks so dark sitting in with the counselor to then the running up the hill scene and just like her writing letters and talking to Billy and then dude her having to face Billy again. Like the fact that she opened that door and it was the freezer and I was like, oh,
I was hoping we were gonna get like another Billy scene just because I fucking love that character Billy. But when because she goes in, she's like, oh no, I'm gonna find like the good things in life or whatever, focus on the good memories. And I thought there was gonna be like a moment where like a good version of Billy like came in and like saved her or something like that, kind of helped her like in her mind games. But clearly not. 11 showing up is equally dope.
But, it was just a really phenomenal ending, and I think with Max, like we're really left off going like, yo, is she like a new kind of Will in that she is gonna have this same connection with Vecna of like, and I had a friend say today that like she heard someone bring up a Horcrux theory with this how to bring down Vecna, which makes sense. Which makes sense that maybe something has to happen where they die with Vecna or some way to do it, but they are heavily attached.
Yeah. I'm wondering too, because clearly he says like he kind of consumes who he takes. Like, don't worry, they're with me. Yeah. So that's clearly been foreshadowed a little bit. And also, right, you have 11 kind of going into the memories and just not seeing her around. So you're assuming she's got to come back at some point, but I'm curious what do you do next season then? Do you just have her in this coma the whole season and the last scene is her kind of waking up? And
right.
is she still blind? Is she still, like paralyzed?
You got
To which,
yeah.
yeah,
Like you said, though, I think it's gonna have to start pretty quick. Of like, dude, the snow is falling, the pores are falling from the sky, and like the last time everyone needed gas masks to be around those pores, so like shit's gonna go bad pretty quick. And I'm like I was pretty shocked with how like big scale they went with it. Of just like, damn, Hawkins is
huge.
is literally about to be a sinkhole. Like,
yeah. Sinkhole to mile. I mean, you knew they were gonna lose this season, like in some way, but you didn't think that bad. And so, like when we were getting to the end there, I was like, and you start seeing Max kind of like starting to float, and I was like, like no way they'll kill Max. Like you were like, I guess it's been indicated the whole season, right? She was depressed. She's been targeted since like episode 1.
Yeah.
But the whole time you're telling yourself like they don't kill kids in this show. Right. That's not what they're gonna do. And you see, an arm snap back, and you're like, well, what's one arm? We can fix that. Yeah. Another one goes. You're like, hey, go to surgery. She'll be back. A leg goes. You're like, damn. All right, they got her. Like we're gonna lose Max right now. And then, I mean, what a great performance, both Max, Lucas, knock out the park.
Yeah. And Lucas was a little. Lucas was another one this year that he had the game-winning shot at the beginning of the game. He had the weird like, I'm with the jocks now, or you could call them jocks, but they're short. They're not really.
They're short, man. They're short, man. Hey, the best part of that finale was Jordan getting cut half. Dude, nobody batting an eye about it, man. That guy needs to go quick.
I saw an Easter egg video, and they brought up the fact that when Jason's talking to Lucas at the beginning, he says that a hangover feels like being split in half. And that might have been a little nod towards how he was going to go.
We're going to go split the guy in half later on.
Yeah, ultimately the gate ripped the dude's body in half, and it's like, well, there you go. Too bad,
Too bad. Well, it's about time. We've been sick of him the whole time.
Yeah.
Can't believe the cast that guy.
Yeah, so, but then, Lucas to just really have the, like, crying, like, you really feel like he loves Max. Like, I really believe that, like, he has a real care and I was so stupid and like, I will read a book by your bedside. Like, I don't know. Dude. Like, that's maybe you could say one of the most believable loves in the whole series, because it's like, that's, I don't know.
Yeah. It feels like pretty raw too. Like, to which, wow. I mean, probably one of the best on-screen crying, like from an actor, I mean, I've ever seen. Right. To which,
up there with McConaughey and Interstellar. Like,
up there with McConaughey and Interstellar. It was up there. To which, I mean, Max teed it off, right? I mean, Max teed it off with, I don't want to die. I'm not ready. I can't see. I don't want to go. I don't want to go. And you were just like,
and that was like Tom Holland, right? Like, no, bro, that was very similar to like, you're like, stop, don't save her. Like,
dude, yeah, really go 11. What are you doing? Hurry up. And it was like, man, somebody's gotta give her these eyes back. Like Vecna's gonna die, and they're gonna come back or something like that. It'll be some, the spirit crawls back or some crap. But
yeah, and then you get I liked Dustin as well. Dustin's moment with Eddie, of course, Eddie shredding, and a really awesome. Like, they really haven't done much for metal, I would say, in Stranger Things, and that's such a big part of the '80s. So obviously a pretty dope scene. But then you get Dustin, of course, there with Eddie holding him, similar energy. But like, to me, it was the moment with the dad that was like,
much
man.
better.
Like, because the dad is going to put up a missing sign over one that was already graffitied, and he's the only one that believes that his son is like, everyone in town thinks that his son's a bad guy. And it's like, dang. And then just Dustin being there for him and telling him about it, giving him the pick.
Yeah, that was a powerful one. To which I think that's his uncle, right? Didn't he say like my nephew was a good kid?
Oh, is that what it was? Yeah.
Yeah, I think he says it's his nephew. But either way, it was tough because, like, man, you had just left such a great scene with Max and Lucas that when you saw the Dustin Eddie one, it just didn't stand a chance to hit as hard.
Yeah.
To which Eddie had kind of already got his flowers to where, right, you had the scene where you turn around, you're like, you knew kind of at that moment, like, he's not going to make it. To which I mean, something that was pointed out was like, how do you even he'll never leave the show guilt free. Like
Right.
he's guilty in the eyes of the whole town. Like,
Yeah.
even if you win this battle, like that boy's guilty. It's tough to keep the character alive. But yeah, when you went back, the one thing that killed me about Dust, man, was that limp at the end. I didn't know why they're up. I thought that was the weakest limp, bro. I was like, man, we're gonna give the guy an injury, make him break an arm, put him in a cast. Like, if he's limping this bad, why isn't he?
Put him in a wheelchair, man. Let's put him in a wheelchair.
Put him in a wheelchair. Man. Like, don't try and add this slight little drama with this weak ass limp out here. Just distract the hell out of me.
That's so funny. Yeah, dude, it's like, it's hard because it's one of the other like things that like that I liked was some of the nods of like where it left off, because it did. I told you guys, like, it felt like Empire Strikes Back or The Dark Knight, where it's like, dang, we're kind of ended here on conflict and like you're losing. While all the other ones, it was like hints of, ooh, maybe the Mind Flayer is over the, like, ooh, like something might be coming. But this is like, dang, man, there really is not much hope to like what's going on. And I'm like, I said it too, is you have to go time travel with this? Like, I know the gate usually does close up and it seems to make it's fine, but this feels a little different, a little bigger.
Yeah.
Splitting down the entire town. It's right. It's I don't know where they're gonna go with it,
dude. That's the thing, is like, I mean, we touched on a little bit, like you gotta pick up right where you left off, because I mean, if you wait even a week, it's gonna be like, you would expect like the whole government to be involved at this point. And it's going to be like, why would you call the kids? I feel like it has to be a quick thing for them to get back in there. But it's like, you still don't even, because you got so much of the upside down in this season.
Yeah.
And you're still wondering, because it seems like where Vecna is pulled, when 11 first sent him into this, different dimension, you find out like, oh no, it's been Henry this whole time. It's been number one. Like, he kind of tamed the Mind Flayer is what it seems like.
Yeah.
And it doesn't even look like where he was at was even the upside down. It almost seems like he kind of brought them to Hawkins somehow.
Yeah.
And has been slowly but surely slipping through.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, I don't know. Do you just let everyone stay dead? Or, because I mean, the clock has been a big theme the whole season.
Yeah.
There was clearly the fourth chime and you saw the time start to move. And I feel like I'd be disappointed if they went all the way back in time to where like the day you went first missing and just like, snap like nothing happened.
Right.
I don't know, that kind of throw me off a bit, but
yeah, it like the thing I kind of like about seeing more of like Vecna's like like that underworld type, dark hellish type place, was like Zach and I talked about it, was, can this like get legs and be just massive and get like offshoot stories and be a huge franchise world? To me, I think they took a bigger step closer to that, because it's like there's an evil even bigger than this guy. With Brenner dead, that's a little like, to me, I thought it might lean on him heavily, of his old research or how he came across these kids or like that stuff, which I guess you still could. We still got the other doctor, I believe. But like Owens and I think the underworldy type, I will probably even hear more about that in 5, but 5 is it, right? We're done after 5.
That's what they said. To which I don't know if they've started filming or not already. If not, better get going. I mean, those kids are getting bigger and bigger. It's getting harder and harder to sell that age. But
Noah Schnapp, I was reading today, he's 17, he'll be 18 in October. The other ones are 20, 19, and 18. Like, that's right now. And you look at them, dude, they look like, they look way older.
I mean, they're still selling it as far as like they could be kids in high school. Which I guess like they're supposed to be freshmen, but I mean, on the flip side though, like, what is it? Joe Keery, I think that dude's like almost 30, isn't he?
Yeah, I think he's 29.
Yeah, like so they definitely got they got an older cast now. So hopefully they get filmed quick. Which, I mean, if season 4 was this long, how long is 5 going to be?
Yeah.
To which, not that we don't need it.
Let me ask you this, because you were Game of Thrones fan. When they have a famously unsatisfying finale, majority of people would say, but did it come before the last season, or did it start to happen seasons prior? Because to me, I'm like, dude, if we're Stranger Things, we're at the peak right now. Like, it would take a lot for us to mess up.
We're maxed out, for sure.
It would take a lot for us to mess up, but you always get scared because some of these shows just don't end in a very satisfying way.
Yeah,
and it's like, it's scary, and then you're like, this is it. This is the last season. Like, this is now, because the Marvel Cinematic Universe is not something to be excited about. There aren't many things that are coming out that are excited about, like franchise wise, but Stranger Things could have it. And
I mean,
I don't know.
Content-wise, Stranger Things is unbelievably tight, man. I mean, they really have not, with the exception, I think the one exception is going to be that one episode in season 2.
X-Men
fell flat on his face. Unfortunate, but
they made the right choice to never even bring it up.
They moved on. They slipped it in there for an episode. They were thinking about how big they could make it, I imagine. They didn't go the more kids route. They went with, let's go to Russia route. And that one worked out that time. But for Game of Thrones, I mean, so the final season is just bad. There were signs of it falling off, I would say, in the later seasons. Like, it just wasn't quite as good, which everyone will tell you, like, once it kind of went past the books, it started to fall off. But even so, I would say when the last season started, like, people were still behind it and hyped, like 2 episodes in.
Yeah.
To which, so that final season ended up being like 6 episodes. And I feel like, 1 episode happened, we're like, oh, this is looking good. 2 episodes, I feel like people were shaky. But I think it was like, I don't remember if it was after the 3rd or 4th episode when everyone was like, what the hell did they just do? And for them, I mean, they had so much to wrap up in that last season. Like, it's tough for Game of Thrones because, I mean, on the flip side, you do have a lot of content, Stranger Things, but I mean, I feel like you've had even more time with Game of Thrones. It was literally a week-to-week thing. It was this worldwide phenom. And that one's such a vast world. Even though in this one you've got different dimensions and whatnot, just the political plays, all the kind of hidden, scenarios and whatnot that's going on. There's a lot of, sneaky this, sneaky that, and these big reveals that need to happen. And they tried to, well, I guess they didn't even try because there was so many loose ends that we didn't even touch on. And a lot of big reveals that meant nothing because they said, nope, we're going to end the show right here. So for them, so much to do, condensing it as quickly as possible and not in a satisfying way. I mean, I don't know any show that's fallen off faster than Game of Thrones. Because I mean, there's no show. I don't think there's a show that's ever been higher. But
right, that's what I'm saying though. Is because even thinking about how Stranger Things released their season, how they did the first, I really liked it. I was really like, why are they doing that? And it made sense as far as like those were both holiday weekends and it's a great way to get buzz probably going. And it felt like a summer blockbuster like type movie too, of like just this is an event. And so like the fact that they kind of did it this way makes me wonder if like the next time they could probably really make an event out of this thing of like, it's going to come out Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern, and you can watch with the world. Like, we're just going to hit play and you can watch through, or just, all the episodes are coming out, or we split it up by weekends again. But it's like, because it was massive. It really was going to stop 4th of July plans. It probably did for most people of like, my 4th of July is my holiday breaks.
I know what it is.
Like, who's taking a vacation day to watch Stranger Things? Who would do that?
Could be me. Could be me.
I would do it.
It would.
No, but it's like, this is huge. And there's nothing else in movies or other TV that I'd say that is as gripping of like, how is this going to end? The whole world wants to know how this is going to end. Like, it's insane. I don't know, dude. I get these YouTube videos. They pop up. They're like, the Stranger Things, or like they're running up that hill scene, and it says like Netflix Asia, and it's got like 40 million views, and I'm like, wait, 40 million just in Asia? And then I go find the Netflix one in the US, and it's like 25 million, and I'm like, dude, this is a worldwide phenomenon.
Yeah,
and it's no wonder that Netflix broke.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, because I'm pretty sure once the part 2 came out, like Netflix streaming, whatever, kind of crashed a little bit because too many people were trying to stream. To which scares me for next season. But yeah, right. With that kind of turnout, though, like there's no way that they don't do something similar where you get like a part 1, part 2. Because I mean, just the hype around it was incredible. I mean, who did not know that it was not, that it was coming out July 1st? I mean, everyone's like, hey, part 2, be ready for it.
Right.
And I don't think you do a week-to-week thing just because, I mean, that's just a tough show to go one at a time, man. Like it is.
It binges very well and very easily.
Yeah.
And when I was a few weeks late, but I, like McCall and I had a Saturday, Sunday, and we did those 2 days, ping, ping, and it was done.
Yeah.
And it was like, it was so easy. It didn't feel like I wasted any time or anything. It was just like, we let it ride.
Yeah, because everyone ends right where it needs to. It basically, and you're just like, well, I can't stop there. I got to keep going. And like they execute those episodes start to finish so well.
I watched one of those like Easter egg videos, and one of my favorite Easter eggs was that. So at the end of the movie, or at the end of the show, when they're killing Vecna, the Vecna in the Upside Down, the way Nancy's holding the shotgun is like Sarah Connor from Terminator 2, which I'm like, hell yeah, badass. And then I didn't make this. I kind of felt like that feels familiar when it happens, but when they shoot and he goes out the window, and he falls into the ground and like he's burning, and then of course they go out later and he's gone. I remember I felt so familiar, and it's from Halloween, the original Halloween, and Michael Myers gets knocked out of the window, and it's like, oh my gosh, we defeated him, and you go down and he's not there, and it's and I was like, I felt so familiar, and then it finally clicked of like, oh my gosh, that's what that is.
Dang, dude, they're so good at weaving that stuff in.
Dude, all of it, like the girl who Robin has a crush on, like she's very clearly looking like Molly Ringwald in 16 Candles with the hat and like the red hair and the flowy and the teeth. I'm like, dude, that's Molly Ringwald. That's an 80s reference. Let's go. Like,
dude, you got to wonder like how many movies the Duffer Brothers have not only seen but like studied.
Yeah,
because there's just nonstop callbacks to all these, super popular, iconic movies and scenes. Like, clearly they're drawing upon them the whole way through. And even like just some of the plot stuff going on, right? I mean, I think one of the things that was pointed out was the whole season with the clock. It was like cracked in fourths. So you kind of knew like, oh man, they were telling us the whole time that we were going to split Hawkins in two.
Sorry, I got to plug in Mike Peter.
Battery's dying over there, huh?
Well, one of the posters I saw, it was also in that video. One of the main promotional posters was like, it was a square, and you saw each person on each path, and you saw like Hopper and Joyce in a cold Russia, and up top you saw like California, okay. And on the side it was Hawkins, and on the bottom it was something else, and each corner of the square was the gates opening. So it all like the poster gave it away, right? Like it was a clear, cut in all the corners. And yeah, the fours. I don't remember in the last episode they brought up the 4 chimes thing. I don't remember that rule. I didn't. I was like, oh, is the 4 chimes a thing? I remember there were chimes.
Yeah.
I never counted.
Yeah, no, dude, it's such subtle things like that. I mean, 4 chimes, to which, I mean, right, I think we talked about previously, supposedly that's like been going on since season 1.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like there was a couple other ones that they'd just kind of been layering out in front of you the whole time, to which you're never going to see them, unless you know the ending, to which that just makes it even more rewatchable, where it's like, oh, well, let me go back and rewatch it so I can see, what I missed, which... I mean, I think I've seen season 1 like 4 or 5 times already. And this might, be my time to go back and try it again. We just keep on rolling. We'll be ready for the next season. We'll catch it all next time.
Gosh. Yeah, it's good, and it does stink now. Yeah, that like it'll be another 2 years at least until we see this again. More than like maybe a year and a half, maybe by next summer, but because I guess the world shut down since the last time, and maybe it would have came sooner. But
Yeah.
it's I'm excited, but these are like really trusted hands. To me, this felt more like Harry Potter Part 1 of just like, holy crap, we're built up, we've done all of this, and we're here, and like now is time for like kind of the final showdown. Like this is where it's all gonna come to, and they've just done everything. Yeah, so perfect so far. Yeah, I'm nervous.
Yeah, I think we're all. I mean, nervous and excited, but I guess how do you think they would have done? Because I was shocked when they said 2 more seasons. Like I thought season 4 and they'd be done. To which they've opened it up once again, right? It's gotten much grander. But I guess how do you think the series would have been if we had actually ended it right here in 4? We had prevented, the Hawkins from opening up, and right then and there we had gotten Vecna, right? We had killed him, and that was, we cap it off right then and there. There's, Vecna was the mind flayer, yada yada yada.
Yeah,
and we killed it right there.
I mean, I think we need more out of Henry. To be honest, I think this was a little bit like we found out who Darth Vader is, and I'm hearing there are a lot of ties to Star Wars with kind of even the way 11 raised the capsule was just like how Luke raised the X-wing. And when she says, "I need to go save my friends," and Dr. Brenner and the other doctor are like, "No," it's very Yoda-esque of Yoda saying, "Don't go and don't save your friends."
You're not ready. Yeah.
And so even hearing the Star Wars contrast, it's like, okay, we just found out who this villain is. We now don't know who he is, but like we don't really know who he is. We've seen the family thing, the situation, and a little bit of him as a kid, and drawing a mind flayer just like Will, which was crazy. And yeah, like I just think it would have felt unsatisfying for sure. Unless if we got like 2 more episodes and we did get a full deep dive into him and into the why and all that. But
I'm curious about that one, because to me, like, it still wasn't quite clear if Vecna is the mind flayer, because we kind of said like, oh, there's a mind flayer, there's this hive mind, to which when you get that flashback, you see him just kind of he forms it, but you don't know if it's something where like he's imprinting on it or it's imprinting on him kind of deal, because it clearly seems to give him power, but sort of acts on its own. And I guess if we're going kind of the Star Wars route, you got to wonder if, now that we've met Vader, to which 11's trying to bring him back, right? You weren't the monster, and he's like, oh no, I am the monster, like, trust me. Yeah. To which again, on the flip side, Vader had an Anakin side to him at one point, whereas Henry was killing his parents and sister, as a child. So clearly that guy's got issues. So I don't know if we get, I don't know how much we get of his backstory. And if we do, I can only imagine it's in whatever dimension of him trying to get back to Hawkins. But yeah, I mean, I guess you list a lot of stuff there from episode 5. I'm like, wow, there's quite a bit of similarities.
Yeah, the and I thought the way that they were gonna go with it, and they probably still can, but just like that Vecna and 11, they have like probably the same amount of powers, but one uses it for good, right? One is like, I have something to actually fight for, right? Yeah. Rather than Vecna just wants to. Does he want to destroy? What does he want to do? Is he feel evil, or is he getting back at something, or does he just like power? Like these are kind of things that it's like. I think we get more of that and more of building in on that, and even more of Brenner's labs and what it was like for him, and I don't know. I think then we'll be good. But
yeah, I mean, I don't know, just because I guess the only monologue he has is him talking about spiders, where I guess at that point you should have been able to put together the facts like, oh, like mind flayer, because mind flayer's been like this spider figure. But it's, I mean, how evil does he get? I don't know how much backstory you get if you're going to get like a plan from him, because it seems like this whole time he's just been trying to consume,
Yeah.
And he had his whole monologue was like, oh, humans are disgusting. Humans are a unique parasite, which, right. I mean, that's your part one finale. I mean, which incredible monologue by this guy.
Absolutely. I kind of,
he
he's
had
one of those,
great
you're like,
monologues.
You're like, I believe him. He's right. Man.
Yeah.
This guy, he's right. Humans are terrible. He's not wrong.
They're like, they're a unique parasite. They plagued their land. I was like, damn, I'm a bad person. I am the problem. Get rid of
his team.
Yeah. But he seems to like want to just destroy everything. It's like, what's the end result there, man? Because the upside down or whatever dimension you're in doesn't look like it's doesn't look like it's thriving. But maybe that's where you're right. I just don't know who he would be trying to go against it, right? Who does he want vengeance on? He already killed his parents.
Right. And sometimes it's like,
right.
I mean, I guess Thanos was that he just wanted to eradicate, all of humanity or half of it, because it was littered or terrible or whatever. But I'm excited. I don't know. Have you ever seen Super 8?
Long time ago.
Yeah, I've been feeling like this season made me want to watch that one and Fear Street. I don't know if you saw the Fear Street trilogy. Sadie Sink is in it too. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's a little goofy. But,
well, it's got Maya Hawke too.
Maya Hawke, she's just in the very first scene, and that's it.
Oh, she's not in it later.
I think Sadie Sink has her full-on movie. I think she's in the second one. But yeah, I don't know these.
Noah Schnapp in that too, or
I don't think he's in it. No,
he might be a different one.
I think it was just those two. But yeah, it's just got me activated. I'm like, it makes you want more. We can't have it.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm hoping that the reality is it'll be so long before it comes back that we'll all relax.
Yeah, but I also think I don't know if it's shocked you, but like whenever they did the flashback scenes and it shows like Mike as a kid in the first season, like the wide-eyed, like I think it would actually freak me out to go watch season 1 right now, just because I'm so used to their older faces that I'd be like, dude, these are like different. These are different human beings. I don't know,
man.
It's like
it's so classic. You'll feel so old. You'll feel so old. You'll back like, like what the hell, like. Yeah, like I haven't changed at all. These kids have changed so much. And, you'll be checking dates and be like, "Damn, been that long? Where am I at in life?" It'll have you wondering. But I don't know that first one's so classic, man. It's just.
Dude, I just thought of this too. So in each season, like a character gets killed, and it's by whatever is the form it takes. So like Eddie died by bats, and then. Billy was by the tentacles. Did you say was that ish? Like, he was right through the chest.
I guess
by the monster. That monster.
Whatever the monster it is, yeah.
And then the demidogs got Bob Newby.
I was gonna say who's number Bob Newby? Yeah, Bob Newby, superhero.
Gosh, superhero, dude! What a guy! Like season 2. Season 2 would be one I think I'd go and revisit. I don't know why, but that's
really?
that was a cool energy too going into that one. Like
that's the Halloween one, right?
Yeah, that's a Halloween one.
Yeah.
Not quite the mall yet. The mall is the third.
No,
one.
Yeah, mall's third.
Yeah. I do want to
go back though.
Oh,
I'm excited for next season because I think we get a lot more of Will.
Oh,
right. You already had the end with the goosebumps, to which that kid has been on the sidelines since season 2, which everyone.
But technically, he was on the sidelines in season 1 as well. He's not in that.
Yeah, he's really not in there. He doesn't have much. And season 2, the guy comes out, puts the team on his back.
Yeah.
Season 1 is a weird one because 11 gets so much hype, but that's really, I feel like, Mike's season.
Yeah, 100%. That's Mike's season.
Season 3 is totally Billy's. Season 4, I feel like you got to get Max.
Season 1, but season 1, would you do? I guess Steve, you end up loving the most, but like, Mike really carries that one.
Yeah. It's cool because.
Yeah, wait, who did you say this one was?
I think I gotta go Max.
Gotta go Max. But dude, Nancy's not too far behind. She had a great top to bottom. Hopper, great. Dude, Hopper's like I was saying that to Zach.
Hopper's been strong.
That dinner scene, dude. like when he's explaining to those Russian men what is going down, and you just feel the fear and the pain and the anger.
He's
dude.
like all hung up looking back at him. Like,
He's like, you all think, yeah. Dude,
you don't know what I've been through.
That was an awesome scene. And then, dude, him with Joyce. Hey, shout out Joyce. And then the 3 inches of the door and the hey kid, like he probably is the most consistent character throughout it all, of just absolutely. Like he always brings it, and he's always gotten better or been perfect for whatever he has to do. Then because I think, I mean, after the season might open with him and like at his apartment and smoking and like getting ready for the day, you know, he does like
you might be right.
And he's the man now. He's in great shape, phenomenal shape. They all made jokes about it. Yeah. Because, dude, Hopper really got concluded at the end of season 1 with hearing about his daughter and going through all that, dude. Yeah, that was another really good one.
Yeah, he's had a great story, man. He's to which season 3, I feel like he was a little bit more of a clownish character.
Right.
I feel like he put on even more weight. He was kind of fighting the Russian and kind of much more goofy scenes between him and Joyce. And then what's his name? Who's our conspiracy theorist guy that was playing Russian?
Oh,
man, I can't remember that guy's name.
Not
Marty. Like it's like Huey or
not Marty. Murray.
Yeah, right. So because season 3, Murray, them, like they've got much more, comedic scenes. I feel like in 3. Whereas 4 was the tone went back to kind of somber again. It kind of took you back to that season 1 tone, which was great to see. Really a lot of callbacks.
And dude, and we really are like everyone is in the same spot. I mean, they might be scattered throughout. Which my friend was also saying that today too. Of like, I didn't like how everyone was like spread out. And I actually said that about season 3. I didn't like it. But it really did feel like if you wanted to give everyone their own time and their own process and they have to be in groups. Like you can't have a 12-person scene every scene. But now they are all together. They're all in Hawkins. Like it's going down.
Yeah, which I guess makes you wonder because at this stage you've had to have people in different areas. You just got too much of a cast.
Yeah.
Right. Season 1, you're able to do it. You had the kids, and then you kind of had. Well, I mean, I guess you could call it the high schoolers, right? You kind of had Nancy and Joe, Steve kind of doing their little thing, but you really only, there was just Hawkins really tight. Whereas season 2, we definitely got a little bit bigger. We had the doctors coming in, Demi Dogs, definitely got bigger. Season 3, even larger, right? We had Starcourt Mall. Like each season, we've definitely branched out more. Yeah. And so I don't think there's a way to do this where you just have, I mean, I feel like the core cast now, it's like, I mean, who would you consider core cast? Like 16 people now, it seems like there's a lot of them. Like you got to keep split up. I feel like I probably would agree with what every friend was saying that I would have kind of wanted them to join up sooner in the season.
Yeah.
Or at least that's where I thought it was going to go. But I'm happy the way they did it, where we ended with, hey, the squad's back together at none other than, Hopper's secret hideout. Fixing it up again. Boys are back in town.
I gotta, that kind of, we can end our Stranger Things discussion there because I do want to get to something else.
Okay.
Involving you, and kind of, I wanted to kind of grill you a little bit because I do remember it was Memorial Day weekend. Stranger Things had come out. We watched the first episode together. We were like, dang, this is like, it ended with Vecna's curse and doing all that stuff. Yeah. But I remember there was some slander from you about a certain movie that had just come out. It was Top Gun Maverick. And I was like, dude, I'm going to go see this movie tomorrow, I think. And you go, I ain't never seen that shit.
Yeah, we don't get seeing that crap.
And Mike, you still got your mustache, your Maverick mustache.
What's going on over there? Man, my razor broke. It was so sharp.
Wait, so when did you just give in and go, all right, I'm seeing this movie? And then once you were in there, what
a freaking ride it was, man. Yep. I tell you what, nonstop thrill ride, man. Fully torqued. Yeah, I can't remember. because you already seen it, or did you say you were gonna go see it?
I hadn't. I'd heard all the hype and I had believed the hype.
Yeah,
And like, dude,
which I was like,
you
no
were
way in hell.
you were rightly skeptical because blockbuster movies have been crap the last like 10, 15 years. You get maybe one, every couple, and this is the one. This is like the I'm not no one's seen Jurassic World. Like, I'm sorry, like
No.
that one I can believe is terrible.
Yeah, no way in hell I'm seeing that one.
But Top Gun, and for me, I was like, I'm gonna believe this hype. I'm gonna believe it because the marketing is dumb. It's just like with the train movie coming out. And
it's been everywhere,
dude. Yeah,
but to me, I was like, that's just Tom Cruise pumping out cash, right? I was like, because I feel like that movie had been done for years, right? And clearly Tom Cruise had his way in the room and said, no, we're hanging on to this. This is going to theaters, right? He's been a big proponent of theaters, even when it starts off, right? Like the opening scene, like I don't know if your theater was this way, but you had Tom be like, hey, so glad you're in the theaters. Go tell your friends you get in here, right? Like he's like, get my money back, like I was like, this cash grab, just doing a callback during the class, which they keep doing that, right? How many remakes do they keep coming out, and these way late sequels, right? Ghostbusters.
Well, the thing is, like, and I missed Ghostbusters. I was a little excited for it, but then, I'd heard this. Yeah, I think I might have said it on the pod last time, but yeah, my friend who's in marketing is like, if you don't hear that the movie came out, like the recent Fantastic Beasts movie, you'll be like, oh shoot, did that come out? That meant it probably wasn't good because people talk about movies and shows that are good. Like, there's a reason that like. We can talk about Stranger Things probably another good week if we needed to, because it's like so fresh in people's minds, and there hasn't been anything like I would believe that Minions is probably a good movie for kids right now, and like probably a good time because I'm seeing Minion stuff everywhere, and like they're continuing to pump it up. They're in every commercial and on every thing of ketchup. I'm like, what is going on?
I mean, on the flip side, you had Morbius all of a sudden bounce back as far as, attention goes. And that was really just, a fake out. And,
you didn't see Morbius, did you? I mean, it's okay.
No.
But what made you go see Top Gun?
I don't remember what it was. I think it was the fact that we had said we were going to grow out mustaches prior. And I was like, well, I can't I got to go see what the influence is, what brought us to this point, to which at first it was 80s, because we had said Stranger Things, but then I think there was a little bit of a Top Gun influence, and there was enough Miles Teller hype out there where I was like, well, let me go see what goes down here. Let me go see what this movie's about. And plus, like, it's like $5 Tuesdays down here, so I was like, I'll drop $5, go see a movie real quick in the theaters. And
a phenomenal theater experience it was, huh? Because it was like, for me, like it didn't like blow me away. Like, I mean, I think a lot of people who would are like, just saying, it's best picture. Yeah, it's like, calm down.
No.
Like, it was a perfectly executed summer blockbuster. That like, if you didn't have an icy and a giant popcorn, like, you did it wrong. Like that is one of those. Yeah, movies we would have loved when we were like kids and trying to escape the heat of the summer. It's so much fun.
I'd almost want to go back in there with like a 6-pack of beer and watch the game. And just like the truth boy, just get rowdy in the theater, man. Because literally, like, as soon as it starts off, you have like you've been called back to Top Gun. You had that kind of slow music. I think I got back from the movie and was like, damn, I gotta go watch the original right now. Like, it was just because there was like a few callbacks too, like of different characters. I was like, oh yeah, I don't remember who that is or whatever.
I mean, that's why the death, I guess, was so moving and powerful for people. It's because
for Val Kilmer. Yeah, Iceman. Which I've seen enough of it. Like, I know what goes down, but I was like, man, I want to go get this fresh in my mind again.
Dude, I think like that was one of the movies that then made Val Kilmer Batman, and was like, oh yeah, this guy's gonna be our Batman. Like, he was that one, and then I think Tombstone came out, and then Val Kilmer was Batman, and it was like, oh, I get why this guy was badass, like back in the day, and he was like, he was the guy.
Which I feel like some people were giving the movie hate for like his role in it, like that he didn't do enough or something. To which, I mean, the guy's got he had like throat cancer, right? Like legit he's having struggles. I mean,
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah, they had to really reel him in for the movie, if I remember hearing that.
Yeah, right. Because he put out his documentary. I feel like a year or two ago. That was kind of detailing his struggles.
Yeah.
So hopefully he's doing better. I think he's still around. But yeah, nonstop thrill ride, great times, great music. Had me on the edge of my seat, man.
What was your letterbox?
Go and set the timer at 2:15. I'm going in. Like, geez, edge of your seats, man. Had me ready to just switch up careers, man. Go and try and join the Navy, become a pilot.
Hey man, I don't know. Navy's got some characters in it, man. That's all I'll say. Wait, so I posted, or the DBN posted on Instagram a video that went stupid dummy.
Went dummy stupid?
Went dummy stupid, dude. 21K is pretty dummy stupid, if you ask me. I don't know how it happens, man. I really don't. But I recently watched The Departed last night. I think it's my dude, I'm so tired and I need just that's my comfort movie. It's so dumb, dude.
Yeah.
Guys getting blown away every scene, just deceit, just only one woman in the movie. I don't know why. It was just
there's really only one there.
It's Vera Farmiga, dude, and that's kind of it. Yeah. And then sorry, Jack Nicholson's love interest, you could call it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, shut your mouth.
Yeah. All she gets addressed as is shut the fuck up. No, but dude, I posted it and TikTok actually, they've been commenting a lot, and I said, who gives a better performance, Leo or Jack Nicholson? Because I just rewatched it, dude. And I've always been like, man, Leo is so good. And he is good.
This time you went Jack, though.
I went Jack, dude. He's a freaking menace. He's so scary, but he's so welcoming, and he's so smart and vicious. I don't know. It stood out to me. But it's hard to go against Leo, dude. I mean, we just quote that movie all the time, and it's we quote his part. Give me a bottle of scotch.
Give me a bottle of scotch and a handgun. I'm riding back from California right now. I need a bottle of scotch and a handgun.
Yeah.
I feel like I'll bet you if I rewatch it, I'd probably say Jack too.
Yeah.
And I think I would say that just because now Leo has gotten his Oscar. Yeah.
True.
Whereas it seemed like back in the day it was man, why does this guy keep getting ripped off?
Dude,
this guy's clearly the best in
banger.
Hollywood. Yeah. He has been one of the best this whole time, and it just seemed like he kept on not getting his flowers. To whereas now, he's got him, and he kind of can do what he wants. Which not that he hasn't always been, right? I mean, the guy does action, he does the whole 9 yards. Because I feel like you definitely get more Leo screen time, though, don't you?
Yeah. I think Leo and Matt Damon get the most. But it's definitely apparent to me that Mark Wahlberg comes in and steals every minute of screen time that he's on there. He's just
the guy is so great.
Absolutely,
maybe not. Go. He
dude,
has the best lines.
It's insane, and he's just
the guy who does his job.
Yeah, and he's just yelling. And then the movie ends with him too, and it's weird too. I get unsatisfied towards the end when I know everything's about to turn and change and get muddy and messy, but it's still so good.
Because hold on, Costigan's gonna do this. He's gonna make it out,
dude. And I was into it when I was watching it this time. I was like, yeah, here he goes. I know
he's there to pick up his check.
He's almost there. He's gonna find the rat. He's dodged it. They've all dodged it. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. And then the rat that walks by. I still remember when that movie came out. I had my English teacher at the time actually was like, "Oh, you see the movie?" She's like, "What do you think about the rat at the end?" And I was like, "It's just a rat. What do you mean?" And she's like, "I think it's going to be a sequel." And I was like, "What the hell are you talking about? Everyone is dead. What makes you think that there's going to be another sequel? Next time we'll catch the rat, which I guess." If you want to take it that way, you could, but when you kill the entire killer cast, it would be tough to go back and try and do that one again.
Yeah, it's a phenomenal flick. I can't get enough of it. But all right. Well, Mike, thanks so much for coming on, dude. The stash looks great. The lighting on the stash looks phenomenal.
Really bringing it out right now.
Last thing I want to ask is that we've done San Diego 3 times, 3 different spots.
Yeah.
After this year, we were closer to the beach than ever, but we were in a gross area, you could say.
Oof. Yeah, a little bit, but
You
mainly
know.
because of the
alley and whatever, but it's still, we were a walk away from some other stuff too. How did the trip go? And is it time to change it up? Immediate thoughts.
Immediate thoughts. Ooh, great trip, I thought.
Phenomenal.
Super close to the beach. Didn't take enough advantage of that, I would say.
I did like that on the fourth day. No one even brought it up. No one even brought up the beach. We were all red or just tired and sitting around.
Dude, we need more umbrellas. If we go back, we need more umbrellas.
It's true. The umbrella was a hit.
But I think immediate thoughts is it's tough to switch it up only because trying to coordinate with that many folks. You need you need the easiest thing possible, which the beach tends to be the easiest thing possible.
Yeah.
Like there's no way that a squad that large is going international. We know a smaller squad might, but
the DVM would need a lot more sponsors.
Which that's tough. Which I mean, you'd love to say like, hey, we're going to Mykonos or Ibiza or something like that next year. We're going to Santorini.
Coney Island.
Hot dog contest. Get it going.
Your message today about I told a few people that was really funny about Joey Chestnut and how
the 2 to 7 days, bro. Because that's
hilarious. I didn't hear him say that, but it all clicked whenever you said that. I was like, yeah, that all checks out. That's a good comparison.
Yeah, you come back from those just unnecessary amount of drinking, to which I don't even know why there's that much drinking on those trips, man.
Yeah, it's almost like we have like nothing better to do, and we've gotten also to the point where we're like, let's go let's go someplace so we can pay
go
more,
get more. Yeah,
pay more to get a little less, and then
come back
that'll be the time.
Keep it going. We're just degenerate alcoholics, man, for whatever reason, but. The difference this year is like, because usually you can do that and you go jump in the water and you're sober right up, but we didn't do as much beach time this year and we were just roasting in the sun instead.
That's true,
but partially because we had such a nice roof.
That's true. Like I noticed that like all the stuff I had, like photos or videos, were all up on the roof, different variations of the roof. Roof in the morning, roof midday when it's like roof in the evening, which is nice, like sunset time. We did that one of those nights, and then roof at night, which was just like the soundtrack of the roller coaster was pretty cool. And
the roller coaster was running forever.
Yeah, which terrible roller coaster, by the way. Belmont, Mission Beach, avoid it.
Never again.
Looked amazing, looked cool, looked classy, but.
If we had been sober, it might have been better, man. But
maybe.
Man, it ignited a pounding headache.
Just rattling.
Yeah. I look back at my phone. I have like no pictures. Just drunk videos that probably should be deleted. We're gonna let them ride.
No one's in button there.
No one's in but me. We'll let those ride. We'll keep those in the archive and be our hype for next year.
I think next year the biggest change has to be Shea Real's got to be there. That's got to be it.
Oh man, Shea Real.
Hey, dude, it was. There was definitely times where it was like, dang, dude, we need Shea to turn up the energy here. Like we usually all pass it around. Who brings the energy at certain points? There were times we took some dips and we could have used some Shea Real.
Yeah. But I'll say, the last day I was glad for a little bit of a dip, man, because it was like we had way too many people in there, bro.
We did.
Like, that last day when people all left and it got down to like 9 of us, I was like, hey, this feels right. This is the proper amount of people in this, 100 square foot, whatever that we're at. Because those karaoke nights, man, there was a lot of bodies in there. There's a lot of people. UFC.
That conga line was really long in that video. If you notice, it looked like a clown car.
Yeah, and it was missing people too.
Yeah, it wasn't even.
I was looking back. I was like, when did this happen? Then I show up like towards the end of the video, just chilling on the outside. Like, oh, okay. Like there's me and Cody. Like people were all over too. Like, you'd be like, "Where's so and so?" And you got Ferg and Lex that are just gone. Nobody knows where they're at. They're at the gym again.
Cody's got his headphones in.
Cody's FaceTiming on the roof.
Hoodie and sweats, up on the roof.
Yeah. So you definitely had multiple groups out and about for sure.
Yeah. But we do it again and again, and
we do it again and again.
We'll do it.
Who would have thought?
I'm gonna move this part to the front of the episode because Mike, you and I just talked about Stranger Things for about 50 minutes, and we didn't tell people that spoilers. But I feel like spoilers is kind of dumb because it's like
I just assumed it was
who would watch this not having seen it? Who would be like, oh my gosh, I want to hear these guys just explain away the show so I don't have to watch it. Right. Well, maybe there might be, but like that is
who knows?
Insane.
Yeah, I don't know, but whatever you title this, like I gotta assume it's gonna say something about Stranger Things finale. Yeah, and exactly. So
thumbnail.
Yeah, thumbnail. Just a dead Max.
Which I had heard. Shay said in the last episode that she was 14-1 to die on the sportsbook.
Oh,
which
man.
Technically, the doctor said she died for 8 minutes or something.
Vegas ain't paying that out. Vegas ain't paying that one out.
Well,
whoever bet on that was like, hey, 14-1. They're like, oh, how dare you? They're pissed.
The DBN 14-1. Bet of the year. Lock of the year.
Lock of the year.
Well, thanks again, dude, for coming on, for popping on. You actually you meant to be on the first. But it just
I was at the gym when you started last time, so that's all.
You're like, when are we doing this?
Is this going on? Just coming back in. I walked in, I could hear Zach. I was like, oh, I missed that one.
Nice. But, all right, dude. Well, thanks. Any final words?
Thank you. Looking forward to the next season. Looking forward to next year. We keep on pressing on. Next stop, Oktoberfest, hopefully.
Hopefully, yeah, dude. Hopefully.
Yeah.